Would you like to boost your finances and make your money work for you brutally? In this video, I'll present to you 8 fundamental keys to applying the powerful concept of compound interest to your investments and personal finances. Get ready to transform your mindset about money. What is compound interest really, and how does it work? Compound interest is a powerful force in finance that refers to the process of earning interest on interest, resulting in exponential growth of the initial capital over time. In simple terms, it means that you not only earn interest on the initial amount of money you invest but also on the interest you've previously earned. This effect accumulates over time, allowing your money to grow significantly in the long term. It's a fundamental tool for wealth creation because the longer your money remains invested, the greater the returns generated by compound interest. 1. Time in the long term. Time is your greatest ally when it comes to compound interest. The sooner you start investing, the more time you'll have for your investments to grow. It's crucial to think long-term and maintain a long-term perspective in your financial decisions. Therefore, even if your income is tight right now, try to invest between 5 and 10% of it. Starting with compound interest, playing with time in your favor. Many times we don't take this into account, but starting today or next year makes a huge difference since the capital contribution and interest generated in 1 year make the difference. And even more so if we compare the growth curves of someone who starts today and someone who starts next year, seeing the capital growth of each one over a 10-year period. 2. The capital to invest. Although it's important to start with what you can, don't underestimate the power of your initial capital. The more money you initially invest, the greater your long-term gains will be. Don't be afraid to start small, but strive to increase your investment capital over time. The initial capital is important, but don't underestimate it. The most important thing is to start as soon as possible. So start with what you have, and later you can also make a capital contribution in a specific month, larger than what you invest regularly. For example, if you're working at a company, the month you receive double pay, you could allocate all the double portion to capital contribution. And in this case, you would be doing it twice a year. 3. The rate of return or profitability. The profitability of your investments is a key factor in the success of compound interest. Look for investment opportunities that offer solid and consistent returns over time. Research and carefully choose investments that provide the best rates of return to maximize your profits. Regarding the rate of return, you have to understand that risk and return have a positive correlation. This means that the higher the risk, the higher the return. And obviously, the lower the risk, the lower the return. At this point, you have to introspect and observe what kind of person you are and what level of risk you will feel comfortable with. More than focusing on the gain you want to achieve. Because this is a marathon, not a 100-meter race. So you have to find a point where you are comfortable tolerating that risk over time. 4. Save to invest. Disciplined saving is the starting point for harnessing the power of compound interest. Allocate a portion of your income to invest regularly and make investing a priority. As it's mentioned in the book The Richest Man in Babylon, the minimum every person should be able to save is 10% of their earnings. Create an emergency fund and then start investing systematically to reap the benefits of compound interest. Having that fund will give you the security and peace of mind that if anything happens, you'll have liquidity on hand, avoiding hasty exit decisions because you have to, for example, fix your car. If you're enjoying this video, leave us a like and subscribe to support the channel. 5. Reinvesting profits. Once you start making profits from your investments, don't spend them, reinvest them. Use the profits to buy more assets or reinvest them in the same investments. By doing so, you'll accelerate the growth of your wealth, thanks to the compounding effect. This part is very important. Many people make the mistake of seeing their first profits and rushing to spend them on probably unnecessary things. Here you have to have a cold mentality. Remember why you really started all this and how far you want to go with your investments. If you see it from this perspective, upon seeing your first profits, you'll obviously be happy, but you'll realize that this is not even 1% of what you want to achieve. 6. Consider the risk. Although compound interest can generate great returns, it's essential to understand and manage the risk associated with your investments. Diversify your portfolio and choose investments that align with your risk tolerance and long-term financial goals. Don't put all your eggs in one basket and maintain a balanced approach in your investment strategy. As we mentioned before, this is a fundamental point for your mental peace. At this point, there are a million strategies to follow to play with risk and adapt it to your personality. Let's see an example. If you're a more conservative person, it might help to start with safer investments with little risk. And as you start making your first profits, you could invest them in riskier assets. To gradually adapt to the assets with the most risk. Ultimately, a combination of various financial instruments is the best option, and sometimes we have to make ourselves uncomfortable in order to expand that risk tolerance ratio. However, always doing it with a clear head, as I mentioned in the previous example. 7. Be consistent. Consistency is the key to success with compound interest. Maintain a long-term investment strategy and continue investing regularly, even in times of market volatility. Perseverance is essential to reap the benefits of compound interest over time. The consistency of reinvesting a portion of the profits, a portion of what you actively earn, is fundamental. To help your consistency, at the beginning, you'll probably do it without needing this since you'll be motivated. But after a few months of doing it, it will be vital that you have a well-defined why and for what. These two questions, if you answer them, will be your allies and will give you strength to continue doing it even when you are tempted to spend the profits or not invest more of that portion of your active income. 8. Financial education. Invest in your financial education to better understand how compound interest works and how to apply it effectively. Learn about different investment instruments, risk management strategies, and smart investment techniques. The more you know, the better financial decisions you'll be able to make and the more successful you'll be in applying compound interest. As a personal recommendation, I would say that you should first research a bit about all the types of investment that exist. This initial research will allow you to get to know each one superficially. Then it would be good for you to focus on one or maximum two where to start investing, and later when you have these mastered, you can add more. In summary, we have explored the 8 essential keys to applying compound interest to your finances and making your money work for you. From understanding the importance of time in the long term to the need to reinvest profits and educate yourself financially, each key plays a crucial role in your journey toward financial freedom. Remember that compound interest is not a quick fix but a gradual process that requires consistency, discipline, and patience. By embracing these keys and committing to a long-term investment strategy, you'll be building a solid financial foundation for yourself and your loved ones. Don't underestimate the power of compound interest to transform your finances and create wealth sustainably over time. Now it's your turn. It's time to put these keys into practice and start making your money work for you. Which of these keys did you like the most? Let us know your answer in the comments and give us a like and subscribe for more content like this. And remember, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments.